Yes, good afternoon. So, okay, uh, see, this is the our syllabus for unit number 4, design of lecturer members. Okay, see, design of bending strength, laterally restrained and unrestrained beam, design of laterally restrained beam using single roll steel sections with and without flange plates. Okay, means we have to design, we have to two types of classification. One is design using single sections, single eye sections, and sometimes when bending moment will be very high or bending moment will be more. In that case, we have to add one additional plates that we call as either cover plates or flange plates. So with and without flange plates means that is a, that we also call as a design of built up beams. Okay, then curtailment of flange plates. Okay, curtailments means, see, bending moments distribution is not uniform throughout the span. It will be maximum at the center and minimum or zero at the supports for simply supported beam. Okay, so what will be that to achieve the economy, we are reducing the thickness of the uh, flange plates, and that is for economy. Okay, that we called as a means when there is a bending moment is maximum, at that point we have to kept thickness slightly more, and at bending moment where bending moment is minimum, we are going to provide the minimum thickness of the flange plate or the cover plates. That concept is called as a curtailment of a plates. Okay, that is only for the to achieve the economy. Then low shear and high shear that we have discussed. Check for wave buckling, wave crippling, and deflections. Then second point is design of laterally unrestrained beam using single roll steel section. Check for shear and deflections. Check for deflections. Okay. So these are the points. Almost we have covered all the points. Now, whatever are remaining, that points we are going to discuss with the help of the design examples. Okay. See, yes, this is the beams can be further classified into two types. Simple beam means made up of readily available eye sections. Okay, आपल्याला पॉइंट्स आहे ना सिलेबसमध्ये विथ अँड विदाउट फ्लॅश प्लेट्स. ओके, सो if you are using single roll steel section, then it is a simple beam. Okay, simple beam, readily available eye sections. Sometimes it is like this: built up oblique compound beam. It means eye section with cover plates. This is our eye section, and it has been strengthened by using the flange plates or cover plates. या हे जे ॲडिशनल प्लेट्स प्रोव्हाइड केले आहेत टॉपला आणि बॉटमला, दे आर कॉल्ड एज अ cover plates or flange plates. So in our syllabus the design is like this: with and without flange plate म्हटलंय त्यांनी. Okay, see this point: using single roll steel section with and without flange plates. So these two sections, this is without flange plates, this is with flange plates. Okay, so this is about that. Then these are the standard cases. Okay, for various loading conditions, how much is the shear force, bending moments, and deflections. Okay, so first is simply supported beam subjected to UDL over entire fan. So shear force is WL by 2, bending moment is WL square by 8, and deflection, actual deflection is 5WL4 divided by 384 EI. For point load at center, the reaction is W by 2. It means your shear force is W by 2, maximum shear force. Bending moment is WL by 4 for this case, and deflection is WL cube by 48 EI. IXX, it is a major axis bending. We are considering the maximum moment of inertia. So when there is a UDL as well as point load, you add both the equations. Okay, means for reactions WL by 2 plus W by 2. The situation is like this. Okay, there is a complete UDL as well as point load at center. So it is WL by 2 plus W by 2. Similarly, bending moment WL square by 8 plus WL by 4. This is for UDL and this is for point load. And deflection is again addition of these two. Then when there are two point loads, so reaction is W, means shear force is W, bending moment is WL by 3, and deflection is this 23 by 648 WL cube by EIXX. When there are 3 point loads, the reaction is 3W by 2, WL by 2, and deflection is 19 divided by 384 WL cube by EI. Okay, so these are the some standard cases normally used for the design of beam, because we have to design the beam, so there will be a either simply supported beam or cantilever beams. Okay, see here I have not covered the cantilever beam, but you can calculate the shear force, bending moments and deflections for the cantilever beams subjected to UDL point load, and simply supported beam subjected to UDL point load. Okay, and in our exam, in our means there will not be design for fixed beam. Okay, because deflection calculation will not be the criteria here. Our objective is where to design the beam, so there is either simply supported beam or cantilever beams, and whatever beam is given, we have to pick up the maximum shear force and deflections, and for that maximum value we have to design the beams. Okay, so now let us discuss the design steps. Steps for design of laterally supported beam, म्हणजे laterally unrestrained laterally restrained beam. Okay, so step number 1, calculate the factored load and maximum bending moment and shear force. If load is given as a working load, we have to make it as a factor by doing multiplying 1.5 as a that load factors. Okay, sometimes self weight of the beam is not given, then in that case we have to calculate the self weight of the beam by using these empirical formulas. Okay, empirical formula is total imposed load divided by 300. So, okay, this will give the UDL, the self weight of the beam acting in the form of UDL. This is called as the Fuller's formula, FULLER, Fuller's formula for assumptions of the self weight. Okay, self weight calculations by using this formula. Then step number 2, obtain the section modulus required. We have to calculate ZP required. See, in case of a tension member and compression member, we calculate the area required, and based on that area we have selected this section. Now this is a beam. In beam it is a flexure member. Here area is not comes into picture because strength of the beam is governed by section modulus. So we are going to calculate the section modulus required, and based on that section modulus required, we are going to select the sections, I sections, for which ZP required will be either equal to the required or more than that. Okay, so to calculate ZP required, we use this formula: M is equal to beta B ZP Fy by gamma m naught. Therefore, ZP required is equal to this M. M means this bending moment into gamma m naught divided by partial safety factor. Okay. Step number 2. Now step number 3. Select the suitable section so that, okay, we have to select the section ZP provided is more than ZP requires. Okay. And ZP we have to pick up from the IS code, page number 138. Okay. Sometimes if that table is not available, then this steps already we have discussed how to calculate ZP. Okay, ZP is not, if some table for ZP is not available, then we know that shape factor is equal to ZP by ZE, ratio of plastic section modulus to elastic section modulus. Therefore, ZP is equal to shape factor into elastic section modulus, and shape factor for I section is 1.14. Okay, so therefore ZP is equal to 1.14 into ZE. Now next, step number 4. After selection of section, we have to classify the section. Check for section classifications. Okay, check for section classification. Fy for our section is 250, and therefore epsilon is 1. Okay, now we have to classify that for flange and wave. So first of all, flange, B by TF. These are from table number 2. Okay, B by TF less than 9.4 epsilon, section is plastic. If B by TF less than 10.5 epsilon, more than this and less than this, okay, section is compact. If B by TF is more than 10.5 epsilon and less than 15.7 epsilon, section is semi-compact. If B by TF more than 15.7, then section will become slender. Okay, so slender section we are not going to use. Our section is either plastic, compact or semi-compact. So this classification is for flange, and see B is the outstand of this flange. Okay, means if your BF B is equal to BF by 2, and BF is the width of flange. If your width of flange is 200, in that case your B will be BF by 2, means 200 by 2, that is 100 mm. Okay, now next is for wave. For wave, D by TW, D by DW less than 84 epsilon, wave is plastic. D by DW more than 84 and less than 105 epsilon, wave is compact. and d by tw more than 105 and less than 126, wave is semi compact. Okay, this way we have to classify the sections. Okay, now step number 5, calculate design shear for the wave. Okay, page number 59 8.4. Already we have discussed how to calculate vd md. Okay, so I think it is not new for you people now. Vd is equal to Vn by gamma m naught, nominal shear divided by partial safety factors, and nominal shear is equal to Av into Fyw divided by root 3. So where Av is the shear area, that is H into Tw, and what is H? H is the overall depth of the sections. It means if your section is ISMB 400, your H is 400. Tw, thickness of wave, pick up from the steel table. Fyw, yield stress of the wave, that is 250 MPa. Now, after calculation of shear force, we have to check that whether that beam is subjected to a high shear or low shear. Okay, मग तो चेक कसा द्यायचा, that VD by V ratio less than 0.6. Okay, so check that VD more than V and this V is less than 0.6 VD. ओके, VD जो असेल डिझाईन शिअर तो ऍक्च्युअल शिअर फोर्स पेक्षा जास्त असला पाहिजे, आणि ऍक्च्युअल शिअर फोर्स जो आहे ना तो 60% याच्यापेक्षा कमी असायला पाहिजे. ऍक्च्युअल शिअर फोर्स लेस दॅन 60% ऑफ द डिझाईन शिअर. ओके, विल डिस्कस इन दी एक्झाम्पल्स हाऊ टू गिव्ह दिस चेक. After that, step number 6 is check for web buckling. Okay, see code says that if d by tw ratio less than 67 epsilon, web stiffeners are not required. So, okay, आता stiffeners काय असते, that we are going to discuss in unit number 6. Okay, stiffeners are means nothing but they are the additional steel plates are provided to the web. म्हणजे जेव्हा when depth of the beam is increases, when depth of the beam is increases, that wave is going to be buckle. Wave is going to be buckle. So to avoid the wave bucklings, we have to strengthen that wave. And how to strengthen? We are going to provide that some additional steel plates, and that steel plates is called as a steepeners. And there are various types of steepeners. Okay, so steepener study we will discuss more in detail in unit number 6 when we are going to when we are going to study design of plate girders. Okay, plate girder is a deep beams, means depth of the beam will be more than 1 meter, 1000 mm. Okay, but in case of a beam we are not crossing 600 mm. Okay, our depth of the section, maximum available depth of the our roll section is 600. ISMB 600, ISWB 600, त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त सेक्शन अवेलेबल नाही आहे आपल्याकडे. ओके, if requirement of the depth is more than 600, then in that case we have to fabricate our own sections, and that will become your welded sections. मग तो जर त्याच्यासाठी तुम्हाला अल्फा एल टी 0.49 असतो इम्परफेक्शन फॅक्टर, कारण त्या केसमध्ये तो सेक्शन आपण स्वतः बनवतो वर्कशॉपमध्ये. देन स्टेप नंबर 7, हा तर हा स्टेप नंबर 6 says that if d by tw ratio less than 67 epsilon, wave stiffness are not required, means wave is not going to be buckle. Okay, next calculate the moment capacity, design bending strength. MD is equal to beta b zp fy by gamma m naught. Beta b is equal to 1 for plastic and compact sections. For semi compact section it is zd fy by gamma m naught. Means for semi compact section it is beta b is zp by ze into zp. Sorry, it is the ratio of zd by zp. Zp get cancelled, therefore it is zd. See here, beta b is zp by zd by zp. So it is for semi compact section, your equation become like this. This is beta b, this is value of beta b for semi compact section. Okay, into zp into fy divided by partial safety factor. This zp get cancelled, therefore it becomes zd into fy divided by gamma m naught. Okay, step number 8, check for deflections. So for deflections we have to table number 4 page number 29. Okay, we'll see. So deflection calculation are based on working load only. Okay, this point you have to keep in mind. Okay, in step number 1, whatever shear force and bending moments we are going to calculate, they are based on factored load. Okay, we are multiplying working load by 1.5. So we are considering factor load for shear force and bending moment. But whereas in step number 8, when we are going with the check for deflections, we have to consider working load, not factor load. Okay. So this is about the all design steps. Okay. Now based whatever steps we have discussed, based on that we are going to solve one design examples. Okay. Now see, listen carefully. A simply supported beam, 5-meter span, carries a uniformly distributed load of 40 kilonewton per meter. In addition, the beam carries a central point load of 50 kilonewton. See, there are two loads are acting. One is UDL and one is point load at center. The beam is laterally supported. Design the section for shear and deflections. Such type of example will be there in the examinations. Okay. uh, in theory examinations. Okay. In MCQ there will be a formula based questions. Okay. So step number 1, calculation of shear force and bending moment. So how UDL, first of all UDL la factored kara hai 1.5 into 40. So your factor UDL is 60 kilonewton per meter. Now point load 1.5 into 50, it is 75. Factored point load is 75 kilonewton. So your situation is like this. This is simply supported beam of 5-meter span. It is UDL. Factor UDL is 60 kilonewton per meter. Factored point load is 75 kilonewton at mid span. Therefore, and you can use this table, this standard table, or otherwise if you have knowledge of your shear force bending moment, you can calculate the that value. Okay. So shear force for UDL it is WL by 2, and for point load it is W by 2. So WL by 2, that is 60 into 5 divided by 2, and for point load is W by 2 means 75 by 2. So you have got the value of 187.5 kilonewton for the shear force. Okay. Now for bending moments, UDL bending moment is WL square by 8, and point load bending moment is WL by 4 for these cases. Okay. And your bending moment distribution diagram is like this. This is shear force. Bending moment diagram is not expected, but just I have drawn so that you will get your knowledge of SFD BMD will be revised. Okay. See, this is shear force 187.5 at support. After that there is a UDL. So shear force diagram will be, there will be incline variations, and it goes up to center. So it is 37.5 at center. 37.5 minus this downward UDL minus 75, so it is again 37. It is again inclined and it close over here. Okay. And bending moment will be maximum at centers, that is 281.25. So this is step number 1. Okay. See, if you able to draw this, draw, otherwise it is not expected. Okay. But these values are expected: shear force and bending moments. So this is about the step number 1, calculation of factored shear force and factored bending moments. Now in step number 2, we are going to calculate required section modulus, required plastic section modulus. So to calculate the required plastic section modulus, we are going to equate bending moment is equal to moment of resistance. So in our formula, IS code, this is MD. This MD we are using as a bending moments. Okay, so bending moment is equal to beta B ZP Fy by gamma m naught. Now this ZP is this ZP required. Okay, is equal to, this is Mu, means your factored bending moments, into gamma m naught divided by Fy. Okay, and beta B is 1, assuming that section is plastic or compact. Okay, because almost all roll steel sections are falls in the category of either plastic or compact. Okay, so beta B is taken here is 1, and it has been assumed that section is plastic or compact. So 281.5 bending moment is in kilonewton meter, so make it into Newton mm by multiplying 10 to the power 6. Kilonewton चे 10 to the power 3 आणि मीटर चे 10 to the power 3 into 1.1 divided by 250, that is Fy. So it is 1237.5 into 10 to the power 3 mm cube. This is the ZP required. Now based on this ZP required, we have to select the I sections. असा सेक्शन सिलेक्ट करायचा आय सेक्शन, त्याचा ZP which is either is equal to 1.237.5 or more than that. Okay, so now open the IS code copy go to page number 138. This is step number 3, selection of section. So from that table, I have pick up ISWB 400. ISWB 400 ज्याचं रनिंग मीटर वेट आहे 66.7 kg per meter. ओके, 66.7 kg per meter. मग ISWB म्हणजे काय, इंडियन स्टँडर्ड वाईड फ्लॅंज बीम, ज्याची डेप्थ आहे 400, विड्थ ऑफ फ्लॅंज आहे 200 mm, थिकनेस ऑफ फ्लॅंज इज 13 mm, थिकनेस ऑफ वेब इज 8.6 mm, ZP ओके 1290 बघा 1290 which is more than 1237 okay into 10 to the power 3. In steel table it is given in I think centimeter cube. Okay, so just multiplied by 3, that will be in mm cube. And this is R1 13 mm. Okay, these are the root radius. Okay, this property given in the steel table. Now after selecting this section, step number 4, we have to classify that sections. And how to classify the sections? See, Fy is equal to 250, epsilon is equal to square root of Fy by 250, that is 1. Okay, so epsilon is 1. Now B by Tf, B is Bf by 2, that is 200 by 2 means 100. Thickness of flange is 13, so it comes out to be 7.69, which is less than 9.4. Therefore flange is plastic. Now similarly for wave, D by Tw is 400 minus 2 times 2 into 13. So how that D I have taken? So just wait, don't get confused. I will open IS code. I will open copy of IS code. The D by Tw about wave IS 800 2007, page number table number 2, section classification, limiting width to thickness. Table 1 for properties and table 2, yes, this is table 2, wave of an I sections, neutral axis mid depth, D by Tw. Okay, D by Tw. And now D by Tw, how to calculate D? Yes, this is D. It means that, see, just clear depth of the wave means from that root radius by doing minus root radius. Okay, so yes, where I am, see this. So this D, what I have calculated is D, just overall depth of the section minus 2 times flange thickness. Okay, so I think in different books some slight variation is there, but don't bother. It never exceeds 50. It never exceeds 50, and our limit is 84. It never exceeds 50, and our limit is 84. So it always lies below the 84. So our wave is plastic. Okay, so flange is plastic, wave is plastic. Therefore, section is plastics. Okay, yes, this is the criteria. In some books, it is given like this. Yes, see, D is equal to capital D minus 2 times thickness of flange plus root radius R1 You just refer any book. Okay, so if you are doing like this, it will again become less. Okay, see, here we are not minus R1, because R1 we have to minus. See, this is at the when, see, this is I section is not the parallel flange. It is a, these flanges are tapered at this location. Here there is a root radius, and this D has been measured from the when this root radius ends at this point. So there will be thickness of flange will be at this point. Okay, so thickness of flange as well as that root radius has been minus. This is the accurate procedure from the IS code. Okay, so here, but see, here 43 comes, here 40 comes. It is again, ultimately it is less than 84. Section is plastic, but you know the exact value, because in competitive examinations like GATE or MPSC, we don't have any options. Theory exam मध्ये तुम्ही याला असं क्लासिफाय केलं का आणि असं क्लासिफाय केलं का, doesn't matter, because ultimately your section is plastic. But in competitive examinations, we have to be very careful. Okay, there is no options. If your answer is wrong, is wrong. So this is about the section classification. Now next steps, check for shear. VD is equal to, design shear is equal to nominal shear divided by partial safety factor. nominal shear divided by partial safety factor, and nominal shear is equal to shear area into yield stress of the web divided by root 3. And how to calculate shear area? H into TW. H is the overall depth of the sections and TW is the thickness of web. Multiplied by FYW is 250 divided by root 3. So H, see, our section is ISWB 400. So depth of the section is, overall depth of the section is 400. Thickness of web is 8.6 from steel table, and 250 FY divided by root 3. So it is 496.52. 496.52. This is the nominal shear. Now therefore design shear is equal to 496.52 divided by partial safety factor 1.1.
आप क्यों नहीं गए?
It is 451.38. 451.38. This is the design shear, which is more than, see, this is the 451 जे आलं ना, it is the whatever section we have suggested, ISWB 400, त्या सेक्शनची कॅपॅसिटी आहे, त्या सेक्शनची स्ट्रेंथ आहे शियर मध्ये. अँड हाऊ मच शियर फोर्स ऍक्टिंग ऑन अवर सेक्शन? 187 ओनली. ओके, इट मीन्स capacity of the section in shear is more than the actual shear force acting on the beam. It means beam is safe in shear. Beam is safe in shear. Now we have to check whether it is a low shear or high shear. How to check? Actual shear force divided by design shear force. Actual shear force is 187.5 as we calculated in step number 1, divided by design shear is 451.38. That ratio comes out to be 0.41. It means it is less than 0.6. Therefore it is a case of low shear. Don't bother. In more than 90% cases it is a case of low shear. Okay, it is a case of low shear. Means why we are giving this check? The reason is that if this check exceeds, if this value more than 0.6, that shear force is going to be reduced bending moments. We have to use another equation for bending moment at MdV, because bending moment is going to be reduced due to high shear. But normally in more than 90 cases this ratio will be less than 0.6. So there is a case of low shear, so no reduction in the moment capacity is required. We are going to discuss that one. At last I will discuss one example. In that case this ratio will be more than 60%. So how MD equation has been changed to MdV. Okay, so तसं एक example बघू आपण. Now this check is okay. So next step number 6, check for bending moments. Okay, MD is equal to beta B ZP Fy by gamma m naught. Beta B is 1 because section is plastics, so beta B 1. ZP of the available section selected. जो section select केला त्या sectionचा ZP, that is 1290.19 into 10 to the power 3 into Fy 250 divided by 1.1. So your bending design bending strength is 293.22, which is more than bending moment acting on the sections 281.25. See, MD is the design bending strength of the your suggested section, your selected section, and this 281 is the action and 293 is the reaction. Okay, so the section capacity is more than the action. It means your beam is safe in bending moments. See, safe in shear because VD is more than, means design shear force is more than actual shear force. Okay, VD more than V. Similarly, design bending moment is more than actual bending moments. MD more than M. MD more than M. आपला आयस कोडच्या प्रमाणे. Okay, so this is over. Now next, check for deflections. This step is very important. Check for deflections. So first of all we have to calculate actual deflections. Okay, so our beam is subjected to UDL as well as point load. So UDL formula for actual deflection is 5WL4 divided by 384 EI, plus in addition to UDL there is a point load. So WL cube for formula for deflection formula for point load at center is WL cube by 48 EI. Okay, so see 5 W is 40. See the, and again remember load should be working load. Here I will write down in big because in step number 1 we have to use factor load for shear force and bending moments. For deflection it is a working load. So see, this W is 40 not 60. Okay, and one thing you have to keep in mind while calculating the deflection, everything should be in Newton mm. Okay, Newton and mm. Okay, so 40 kilonewton per meter UDL is there, kilonewton per meter. And if you convert this 40 kilonewton per meter into Newton per mm, it remains same. It remains same. How? Because conversion of this kilonewton into Newton, we have to multiply 1000. किलोन्यूटनचे न्यूटन करण्यासाठी आपल्याला 1000 ने मल्टिप्लाय करायचं आहे. सिमिलरली टू हे एम एम चे मीटर करण्यासाठी वी हॅव टू अगेन डिवाइड 1000. ओके, so it ultimately this 1000 is going to be cancelled. So value of your 40 kilonewton per meter is equal to 40 Newton per mm is one and the same thing. Okay, L to the power 4, span is in meter, make it in mm, 5000 raised to the power 4 divided by 384 E Young's modulus 200 GPa. Okay, 2 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per mm square into Ixx, moment of inertia 23426.1 into 10 to the power 4 mm to the power 4 mm मध्ये. So this is about the UDL. Now plus point load. Now point load is in kilonewton, so it is 50. So 50 into 10 to the power 3. Here we have to multiply 10 to the power 3 because it is kilonewton into Newton. And this is kilonewton into meter मध्ये जर तुम्ही केला तर तेच येतं. Just you try at your level. Into L cube, that is 5000 cube, divided by 48. E is 2 into 10 to the power 5 into I. So therefore it is 6.95 plus 2.77. It is 9.72. This is the actual deflection. This is the actual deflection. Whatever load acting, UDL and point load, due to that load, your beam is going to be deflect by amount 9.72 mm. Now we have to check that the permissible limit. Okay, permissible limit, that this actual deflection must be less than permissible deflection. So for permissible deflection we have to refer table 6. We have to refer table 6. Table 6 like 4 hai to just I will show. Yesterday I think we have discussed that. This is table number 4, 6, table number 6. Yes, so it is a simply supported beam, and now normally I section, when you are using I section as a beam, it is subjected to brittle cladding. The I section over this slab is okay. So I think it is spanned by 300. Yes, see, permissible deflection delta P is equal to span divided by 300. Span of the beam is 5 meter, means 5000 mm divided by 300. So how to pick up this? Is a दोन value आहेत बघा. Just wait, I will show you. Yesterday I think we have explained elastic cladding, brittle cladding. Okay, so if your supporting system is GI sheets, it is elastic cladding, your permissible deflection is span by 240. If your supporting system is RCC slab, it is brittle cladding. RCC slab comes so it is 16.66 mm. Okay, so therefore actual deflection 9.72 is less than permissible deflection. So it means your beam is safe in shear, safe in bending moment, and safe in deflections. Okay, safe in deflection. So these are the three major checks we have to give. Okay, check for bending moment, check for shear force, and check for deflections. Then there are some few additional checks are there. Check for web bucklings, but this already we have taken into account. D by TW ratio is less than 67 epsilon. It means there will be no web buckling occurs. Okay, then that buckling strength of at supports also calculated, but you just refer this copy of my notes, and it is nothing but it is acting like a compression members, and you have to calculate that PD is equal to area into FCD. Okay, so you can easily understand. Okay, just go through these steps. Okay, so this way the design of beam will be there. So, okay, So in next practical slots,